The truth is that your dream life, your dream career already exists while you click on this video, but the trick is that if you're not in that reality, if you keep manifesting, meditating, making dream boards, doing affirmations, and it still didn't happen, it's just because you are in separation with it, and this is exactly how you get out of that. One of the main laws of attracting and manifesting your dream life that you have to understand, that each action that you do daily and that you output into that world is actually being watched by the higher version of you and by the universe itself. As we know, the universe just serves like a large mirror and just a huge portal that just multiplies something that you sent out to it. And let's say like your vibration. So here we have you, a beautiful girl, and you have like an energetical field. This field consists of your words, your actions, your thoughts, and your beliefs, fears, and many more. And your everyday thought patterns and actions form the reality. For example, if you go to the gym for a year, it is impossible for the universe and for the reality not to mirror you the new version of your body and your health. But in order to go to the gym for a year, you have to support yourself with your thoughts. If you don't have the right belief system, what others call motivation, but there's no motivation in manifesting, there's just a choice and the change of the version of you. So if you put like a lot of pressure on yourself with the affirmations, with thinking positive, but it still doesn't get you any closer to your dream life, you have to stop scrolling Pinterest. Let's revise that the universe is just a mirror of what your energetical field is filled with. And when you observe other people's photos, you actually put out the energy and the vibe of the observer. Being an observer is like saying to the universe, yeah, I kind of want that, but I still can't admit that can be me, and I still choose to be in the separation with my dream life because I don't feel worthy, or I don't believe and I don't trust you enough that you can bring up this manifestation for me in the most random magical ways. It means that you're full of the control of disbelief in the fact that yeah, it can happen to you. Because when you are standing at that exact photo, on that exact dream reality, you're not actually thinking of how can I get there, what am I gonna be doing there. You have the reality, you actually live inside that reality. In order to shift from this gap is to stop observing the photos, but to understand that by fantasizing and by overthinking, by not trusting and just scrolling and just doing affirmations, you're stuck in the observer mode. And in order to transfer from the observer to actually the experiencer, you have to become the experiencer, even if your current reality has nothing to do with this exact dream picture. So for example, when I was manifesting moving to New York and I was just 18 years old, I aligned and I became the version of me, this girl who is standing exactly at that reality long before it actually happened and long before I got to actually walk on the Rockefeller Center. So in order to change your reality, you have to change and match your energetical field to that version of you and to that vibration. And for that, you have to stop thinking about this, and this is like the main mistake that people do. They think that this picture, the dream version of you, is a point B on the map of your life, and this is like the point A. And again, if you think about your current reality as a point A and the dream reality as a point B, you're living in the linear world. You just keep adding up more to the version of you who is stuck in the old reality. So to flip that, you have to understand that actually the dream reality, the version of you who is living in the like perfect Manhattan apartments and has the best like partner and lover of your life, is not a point B but a point A. I know this once is confusing. And when you understand that the dream reality is actually the point A, what it gives you the power to sneak into the version of you who is already there and transfer the thoughts, the words, the beliefs to your current self, which will make your energetical field filled with everything that that version of you knows, does, believes in, and then actually become it and basically like destroy this old reality. This old reality will flip by itself and just transform itself, because there's no way the universe will mirror something else. The universe always just mirrors something that you're filled inside with. So this is why the most important thing that you have to do on your manifestation journey is not even like before money making or going out to date and to meet your dream partner. You have to change your beliefs, action, words, and match them to that version of you who is already there, because that version of you already exists in the moment you watch this video. You just have to align with it and to go deeply inside yourself, to align with your higher self and to ask all the questions and to get all the answers, because you already have that. Because if you're watching some pictures and they kind of trigger you, they bring up some emotions in you, it is not by accident. Your dreams are just the memory about your future. So this is why you have to use it. And when you flip the vision of your life and you take all your dreams as a blueprint to how you have to live in today's days of your life, you actually understand that the reality is all of those dreams. Everything that you put on your dream board is already real, and your only job is to take your focus and take your power from feeding the matrix with all the problems, all the inconveniences that occur in your current reality, and to transfer all that energy, all that focus, and to feed this version of you, this point A, with all of that emotions. So you basically inhabit the higher version of you with your ethereal body, like with your soul, right? Because yeah, it's true, you may have some inconveniences in your current life. For example, there's something right now that keeps you stuck in old reality. For example, like job responsibilities, debt, or anything like stuck in your old household and you cannot move out. Yeah, I understand, like the reality is dense, earth is dense, so there are some circumstances that keep you kind of like your feet on the ground, how they say, but there's nothing that holds back your soul. If you're stuck with your body in some other situations and you cannot, as you think, escape right now, just escape with your soul. Escape with your words. Escape with your thoughts. Escape with your feelings. You can be going to the most hated job you have, but you may feel and embody and imagine how would you feel if you would go to the best job of your life, to your dream career, your dream job. No one except you and your ego who does not allow to do that. And when you have enough motivation and reason to do that, you will actually see how it shifts. And the only motivation that you need for that is understanding that that teleports you to the new reality. Because at first, you spend like 1 to 2 months just inhabiting this new version of yourself, just with your soul. So on that period of your life, you just start thinking or saying, like thoughts, words, then you have beliefs. You just ask how the person of that higher self actually thinks, what she says, how she talks, with who she is talking, and in what she believes. So you just ask all of those questions and write down all the points that come to your head about that version of you. And your task is to start naturally feel like that and stop paying so much attention to your current life. Stop draining your energy on all of these circumstances and problems you have right now. I know you have them, I know you hate them, but I promise you, if you just inhabit your higher self with your ethereal body, with your thoughts for a month, 2, 3 year, the universe just has no choice but to reflect it, and you don't have to know how. This is the next problem, the intellectual blocking that you have. Everything like negative that keeps you stuck, the system, everything that is not wanting you to succeed, the society, like the people who have their fears. And it's not necessarily that your old acquaintances, friends, or family are bad. The thing that is bad is all of the programs, negative beliefs that are ingrained in them deeply, and you have to understand that you cannot really affect how other people choose to think, what they choose to believe in. And when you pivot to your next version of you, you have to put the maximum of the focus and just love and respect towards yourself, because you already do so much work and you just don't have the time to explain yourself to other people. And it is better that you put your maximum to transfer into your higher self, and that from that point you can influence your old reality. But at first you just have to think about yourself. So when you level up, when the matrix just feels that your ethereal body, that your thoughts are transferring and like basically downloading to the new computer, new version, of course it will try to pull you back, because it's like the balancing forces of life, the law of the balance. If you have other questions, problems, and you feel like you're getting stuck and you don't know how to escape your old reality, you try to meditate, you try to do affirmations, but it just doesn't work, and you feel discouraged anytime you face new problems, anytime you're failing, which again just pushes away this dream reality to occur in your life. So if you feel stuck, if you feel confused, just make sure you check out the link for my personal consultations, one-on-one call on exact strategy and step-by-step blueprint for your situation on how to manifest dream life and how to get unstuck from the old reality, toxic jobs, toxic relationships, toxic house environments, and even toxic relationships to yourself. And if you want to get more info, make sure to subscribe to my channel and to wow, the lights just went off. And just check out the other videos because I share so much more. So I hope that you like this video, and I will see you so soon.